White-collar versus blue-collar work-related stress. Miles apart, wired the same. The psychology beneath two men's stress at work. Today we take a deep dive into the world of work-related stress. We will focus on Mark, a blue-collar worker, and Daniel, who works in a white-collar corporate recruitment environment. Let's get into it. Mark grips a steering wheel for 9 hours a day. Daniel grips conversations that determine livelihoods. On the surface, their stress looks different. Underneath, the same biological machinery is firing, the same nervous system, the same hormones, the same evolutionary wiring trying to keep two modern men safe in environments their brains were never designed for. To understand the deeper mental health differences between a blue-collar delivery driver and a corporate recruiter, we have to move beneath behavior and into neuroscience, stress theory, and occupational psychology. 1. The stress response. 2 triggers, 1 system. Both men operate under the influence of the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the body's central stress response system. When Mark narrowly avoids a collision, his amygdala signals threat cortisol and adrenaline spike, heart rate increases, muscles tense. This is a classic acute stress response. When Daniel walks into a performance review, unsure if he's hit his hiring targets, the same biological cascade activates. But here's the difference. Mark's stressor is physical and external. Daniel's stressor is social and evaluative. Research in social neuroscience shows that social threat activates the same neural pain networks as physical threat, particularly the anterior cingulate cortex. In evolutionary terms, social rejection once meant exile, and exile meant death. So while Mark's brain responds to traffic danger, Daniel's brain responds to status threat. Different stimulus, same survival wiring. 2. Acute versus chronic stress patterns. Mark, intermittent acute stress. Mark's day contains repeated spikes of stress. Traffic surges, delivery deadlines, weather hazards. But these spikes often resolve once the event passes. His nervous system cycles between activation and partial recovery. However, repeated activation without adequate rest leads to allostatic load, the cumulative wear and tear on the body from chronic stress. High allostatic load is linked to cardiovascular strain, sleep disorders, irritability and mood decline, increased depression risk. Physical fatigue compounds this. Studies show that physical exhaustion reduces emotional regulation capacity, meaning Mark may become more reactive or withdrawn over time. His stress embeds itself in the body. Daniel, sustained cognitive stress. Daniel's stress is less spiky but more constant. Performance metrics, candidate negotiations, and internal politics create what psychologists call chronic psychosocial stress. Stress rooted in perceived judgment, ambiguity, and lack of control. Chronic cortisol elevation affects prefrontal cortex functioning, decision-making, hippocampal memory processes, sleep quality, anxiety sensitivity. Over time, this pattern contributes strongly to burnout syndrome, defined by Christina Maslach's 3-component model. Emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, cynicism, detachment, reduced personal accomplishment. Recruiting roles score high on emotional exhaustion because of constant relational engagement and outcome uncertainty. Daniel's stress embeds itself in cognition. 3. Demand control theory. Occupational psychologist Robert Karasek proposed the demand control model, which predicts job strain based on 2 factors. Psychological demands, decision latitude control. Mark, high physical demand, often low schedule control, moderate task autonomy. High demand plus low control yield higher strain risk. Daniel, high psychological demand, moderate strategic input, high performance scrutiny. Even if Daniel has more nominal authority, the perceived lack of control over outcomes, candidates backing out, budget freezes, keeps strain elevated. Perception of control is more predictive of stress than actual authority. 4. Effort-reward imbalance. Another key theory, Johannes Siegrist's effort-reward imbalance model, argues stress increases when effort outweighs reward, financial, recognition, security. Mark may experience imbalance if workload increases, pay stagnates, appreciation is minimal. Daniel may experience imbalance if targets increase, bonuses shrink, recognition goes to hiring managers instead. This imbalance strongly predicts depressive symptoms in men, particularly in roles tied to identity as providers. 5. Emotional labor and masculinity. Daniel's role requires heavy emotional labor, managing his own emotions to shape others' experiences. Research shows emotional labor correlates with increased cortisol reactivity, emotional exhaustion, greater burnout risk in men who feel pressure to suppress vulnerability. Mark's environment discourages emotional expression differently. In male-dominated manual professions, norms often reward stoicism and toughness. Both men may suppress distress, but for different cultural reasons. Suppression increases sympathetic nervous system activation and reduces parasympathetic recovery. In simple terms, when men don't process stress verbally, their bodies stay activated longer. 6. Isolation versus overstimulation. Mark, understimulation and isolation. Long hours alone can reduce social buffering, the protective effect social interaction has against stress hormones. Social support lowers cortisol. Without it, stress lingers longer. Isolation is strongly linked to depressive symptoms, reduced resilience, increased suicide risk in male-dominated transport sectors. Daniel, overstimulation and cognitive saturation. Daniel faces constant interpersonal interaction. High social density plus performance monitoring increases cognitive load. Cognitive load theory suggests that when working memory is constantly taxed, decision fatigue emerges. Decision fatigue leads to irritability, reduced empathy, poor sleep, emotional blunting. Mark's mind may quiet at night from physical exhaustion. Daniel's mind may accelerate in silence. 7. Burnout pathways, two roads to the same cliff. Mark's pathway: physical strain, chronic fatigue, mood dysregulation, emotional withdrawal. Daniel's pathway: emotional labor, rumination, insomnia, anxiety, cynicism. Both pathways end in similar places. Reduced motivation, health decline, identity strain, but they arrive through different physiological routes. 8. The nervous system lens. Mark's job keeps him in sympathetic activation, fight or flight bursts. Daniel's job keeps him in sustained cognitive vigilance, low-grade stress. Neither job allows consistent parasympathetic recovery, rest and digest, which is essential for long-term mental health. Men are particularly vulnerable when stress combines with sleep deprivation, financial pressure, low emotional disclosure, all of which can affect both roles. The deeper truth: Mark's body absorbs stress. Daniel's mind absorbs stress. But biologically, the distinction blurs. Both men's brains are trying to protect them from threat, one from traffic, one from social evaluation. Evolution designed this system for short bursts of danger, not 8-hour shifts repeated for decades. The psychological difference isn't about toughness or privilege. It's about stress architecture, how the environment interacts with the nervous system. Different triggers, different symptoms, same human wiring. If this resonates with you, leave a comment for us with your thoughts. Thanks for watching and see you all next time.